Hey everybody, how's everybody doing this Sunday afternoon? I'm gonna put this out of the way. Desk mat is so dirty. So dirty. Alright. The camera's off. I think that's close enough. Nobody wants to see that. All right. Well, like the thing says, today we're going to be unboxing the theElecFox Inky75. This was actually sent to me by ElecFox for the purposes of just unboxing and taking a look at. It's not sponsored in any way. I don't even know if I get to keep it. If I do, I will actually likely see if they'll let me do it as a giveaway, and I will give the out-of-the-box experience keyboard to somebody. So, yeah, let's take a look. I did open this up to make sure that everything was in here, but I did not open the accessory box, and everything is pretty much as it came. I will note when that is different. So let's take a look at that accessory box first. Close it up. So, accessories. What do we have here? Okay. Set you to the side. Comes with the dongle. We'll take a look and see if there's anywhere to put that in the keyboard. Some spare switches. These are they branded? They are branded Inky. It's a linear switch. Has a decent travel. It's pretty smooth. You have a standard plastic, non-rubberized A to C cable. Not fancy, gets the job done, hopefully. And then we have our combination keycap switch puller, which is not branded. We'll set that to the side. And we'll take out the keyboard. Oh. And there's a manual at the bottom. We'll take a look at that in a second. Comes with a fitted case cover. Goes on there pretty well. Now, this is really the one place where it was different, and that is this was wrapped in plastic inside the bag, underneath the plastic shell. So, pretty good as far as that goes. Don't know if it's going to come through, but there is some glitter in here in the black coat. The coat is kind of a rough finish, certainly rougher than the ano on this, but it feels solid, very solid. And then on the back, you have really what is a mirror weight It's glass. We're going to go ahead and peel that because, you know, everybody likes a good peel. It's very appealing. Set you to the side. I mean, I'm not saying it's a mirror, but I mean, it's a mirror. Then you have the Inky75. Let me change glasses. I need to be wearing the right glasses for the right job. Oh, that's so much better. You have Inky75 here at the top. The only other markings on the keyboard are the AEBoards Fox down here in the corner, similar to the Rainy 75, which we'll be doing a comparison to a little bit later, along with the AEBoards High 75, which are two of the major competitors in the space that I happen to have here, that are pretty much still stock but with different keycaps. Yeah, this is the keyboard. Let's do a quick sound test. All right. Yeah, I mean, as far as it goes, there is a tick here in the left shift. Not in spacebar. Not in the enter. And not in the backspace. So really only here. Let's take a look and see if we can fix that up real quick. All right, so I am trying to remove the keycap, and as far as it goes, this entire side wants to lift up. That is an indication that it probably is a polypropylene plate, which we'll check out in a little bit, and which means that it's very flexible. So keep that in mind if you're going to be working on it. You're going to want to hold down the corners so that you don't end up pulling out the switches as you do it. So it uses plate mounted stabilizers, as I suspected. Let's take a look here. However, it does allow for PCB mounted stabilizers. So there is that, if you are so inclined. Well, this is absolutely bone dry. So that is, it's surprising that the other ones are not rattly, if that's the case. Let's see here. I know I had some of this. I'm just going to use some 205G0 from Novel Keys on it today. While we have it, we're going to just do a little bit on the inside. I don't do the stems. I let the stems pick it up from the housing. I think it's just easier, and that way you don't tend to over lube it. And reverse it, should drop in. And there you go. And this one. A little bit of lube, like a little bit of Monica in my life. That's right. See, all singing, all dancing. Well, right, maybe not the dancing part, but the all singing keyboard enthusiast. Anybody doing anything special on the Sunday besides tuning into me? Don't forget that I am now an affiliate. You can give me your subs. It could be subtastic. So if you've got those Amazon free Twitch subs lying around hanging out, you can go ahead do that, which would be awesome. I am also multi-streaming over to YouTube today, which I think is fun. I finally have figured out how to have that chat open in a different window, and by that I mean I have finally opened that chat in a different window so that you can all join me over there as well. So when you're printing it back, obviously the notches are going to go facing the notch in the hole. So it'll tell you that the wire needs to go under this side, in case you forget, because you know you just took it out and you're lubing it. And deal with you in a second. If you're doing it while everything is still in here, it may take a little finagling, not that much obviously. Another look at the switch. We'll find out more about these switches in a second. There we go. All fixed. So, I mean, that's it as far as it goes. With that, you could, and I mean, really, you don't have to do that, but I mean, if you wanted to, just do a little bit of lubing on the stabilizer that didn't get enough, and you are off to the races. Or whomever. I mean, this is a great keyboard. We're going to set the manual to the side, set the dongle to the side, grab the mouse. We're going to set the Ola to the side. Ola. And let's take a look at that RGB action, because it certainly has it. The RGB on this is very bright. It is reflecting off of the plate. Oh, hey, you know what we forgot? Music. Where's my... There we go. Let me know if this is coming through too loud. Actually, I think it is. Okay, let's take a look at the board. So right now, you can get the board directly from the elecfox.co website for $69. So this keyboard, exactly as it is, Raven Black. The colorway in the pictures on the website, at least for me, are coming up a lot more yellow. Let's see. Let's do that. So this is an E coating on here. You can have, obviously it's 3 modes. They have what they call, these are their matcha buttermilk switches. As you can see. And it looks like the actuation force is going to be right around 45 grams. It's like the maker is SPM of the switches. That's what it says here, SPM OEM switches. Has a 4,000 milliamp hour battery inside, so that'll give you pretty decent time, especially if you turn the RGB off. Yeah. Oh, you can actually get these switches if you like them from their website at 35 cents a switch. How cute. And they're really, I mean, they're nice switches. I mean, I might try them in some other keyboards just to see how I like them. Maybe I'll get some more. Yep, here you go. 45 grams, bottom out at 50. So kind of a middle light switch. Total travel 3.5 millimeters, pretty standard. Pre-travel is 2 millimeters, so that is absolutely standard. With a PC top, nylon bottom, and palm stem. Awesome. And factory lubed. Nice. I do like a good switch. Ask anyone. And we're going to get into these layers of keyboard in a second. This is a screw. Sorry, let's go ahead and hide the website. This is a screwless keyboard, which means that the screws are actually just hidden. It should be called a hidden screw keyboard. There's 2 here. And there's 2 up here, here, and here. More than likely, that means we're going to have to take out the switches that are next to them, but we will check that out. I like it when I don't have to, but I understand it if I do. Let's go ahead and take a look at that side profile. I like the seam. It's a very pronounced seam, but it works so well with the E-coat. They don't use bump on feet, they use these tab feet, but I think they're pretty standard. Quit mirroring me. I mean, that's so nice, I think, actually, the mirror is. So we're actually gonna take it apart. We're gonna take a look at the foams inside, see if there's anything that we want to take out. see if there's anything that we want to add. There's no real ping from this thing. I guess we'll see once we get inside. But let's go ahead and compare it to the thing that we all need to compare it to. That's the Bridge 75. Just kidding. I don't have a Bridge 75 yet. That is the Rainy 75. Now, my Rainy 75, I have rebuilt. It no longer has the original keycaps. Doesn't have the original switches in it currently. It has the Duhok Matcha V4, the Lamia Duhok Matcha V4 switches. So that's going to give it, this is going to have a really creamy sound because of the sound of the switches combined with the keycaps, which are die-sub from KP Republic. And super thick. Look at that. Let's see. Let's break out the the brand new caliper and see how thick these switches are. So these are a good 1.6, 1.5. Yeah, so about 1.6 millimeters thick, as opposed to, go ahead and take a look at this. I mean, look at that. It wants to take the entire plate with it. And these are die-sub, as opposed to these, which are double shot. But these are only 1.3, which, I mean, over 1 is pretty good. It's PBT, so you're going to get a deeper sound signature to start. We're going to try some different keycaps on this thing just to see how it goes. But let's do a quick comparison sound test. All right. So this is what the my modified Rainy sounds like. Versus now let's try just bumping these over, flip-flopping. See how that really just deepens the sound right there? So, obviously the Rainy, which is known for this really super foamed up sound, similar to the High 75, which we'll take a look at in a second. And then I've just gone ahead and I've doubled and tripled down. And on this, sound. So, yeah. And it has also got, the key. I did. I'll pick that up in a second. It also has a mirror weight on the bottom. It uses similar feet but thinner. quit mirroring me. Theirs is kind of a transition, which really works on the rainy. I think that the Inky's is just as nice, if not nicer than it. Let's get you out. This is the High 75. There are giant feet attached to the back of this because my girlfriend likes a big incline. And you can see it has a very similar sound profile. Her spacebar ticks. I need to fix that. Or she needs to fix that. Somebody needs to fix that. Yeah. So, back to the matter at hand. Actually, hold for 1 second. I will be right back. I just got a delivery of stabilizers. Alright, sorry about that. I got the package. I don't need those stabilizers for this project, so they just went on the couch. Quick drink break. So to take apart the High 75, you need to remove, again, we'll take a look at that, but one there. And the plate, which, let me go back to the page. Yes, it is a polypropylene plate, as I suspected, which makes it pretty much the same as the other two. I don't think, is there a side? There's usually a side. There is. Because the polypropylene plates are so soft, as well as bending up when we are trying to remove the keycaps, you also have the effect that it will not grab onto the switches as much. So don't be surprised if when you're taking out switches, they come out. So you can see in the double shot, the keys, these gray keys that have the white, you can see the white backing to them. The keys that have the brown or gold has the gold on the inside. And then if we did the same thing to the inner, you're going to see that. And that's really what double shot means. It's a two-stage process by which they remove the stuff, or that they inject the stuff, I should say. You can go out of here. You are not needed for now. For now. All right. So you can see underneath the caps lock, we have our on-off switch. That is going to go with the battery. And we have, this did not include bits to, or a screwdriver to remove the actual components. It's not necessary. I like to see it because it just encourages you to experiment with your keyboard. That is wrong. Let's go size down. Not you. Nope. Put another size down. I think that is it. Let's see. So these are star-bit screws. They are magnetic, thankfully, because I just almost lost one. And they did not come with any extra screws, but they did come with extra switches, which is fun. So a total of 6. Why aren't I just using that? Why didn't I replay the music? I could have left y'all with music while I was out. All right. So here's the big test. Will this screw come out with the switch still installed? The answer here is yes, and I like to see it. The screws heads are a little smaller, so they do fit around the switches. I don't know if that is specifically by design. I like to think so. We're going to say yes. They're tightened well in the housing. If you do not ever want or need to remove these screws, that doesn't want to come all the way out. We'll come back to that. Then you never do. It is all 6, so we should just be able to lift up, depending on whether or not the seam, as it seems, well, we'll just leave you in place, is in fact the housing. So you can see that the gasket system here, which is a dumbbell gasket, you've got really quite a lot. You've got 2 here, 2 here, so you got 5 on the bottom, 4 on the sides, and another 5 evenly spaced on the top. It's interesting that they did not evenly space the gaskets on the bottom, but they did put 2 underneath the spacebar, which some people will tell you is bad. So when opening, be sure to be careful. There is a ribbon cable, but there is no nothing on the bottom. So we might add a tape mod to this and see how that works. You can see that through here, and we're going to come back to this, is that there is a PET sheet that covers the bottom. So along with a PE foam. So if you really wanted to, and you wanted to emphasize that flex of the keyboard, you can actually cut slits here, here, here. I would only do the horizontal. Don't do all the vertical because it'll just ruin the structural integrity of the thing. You can see here that the holes for plate mount or PCB mount stabilizers, which is great. Let's take a look here. There is no option for anything as far as step caps. There is none, and that is because of the on-off switch that is underneath the caps lock. Well, it's also by whatever design they decided to make. There is no 7U option. It's only 6.25, and that's it. And then, yeah, no option, no choices here as far as your key placement goes. Then you have this little dampener. A lot of people tell you this doesn't do much. I think it does enough, to be honest. Then you have another PET sheet, and this is if you want to remove your foam from the bottom, be sure to leave this sheet in there. Hey, End of Greatness, how are you doing? I am doing all right. And we're just going over a new keyboard. This is actually a keyboard that was sent to me by the vendor. And it's a very affordable 75% keyboard that comes fully pre-built and pretty good. As you can see here, there is the one 4,000 milliamp hour battery in it, but they also include a counterweight on the other side, which appears to be just like a thick steel slab weight. It is rough milled, there's marks on it, but it serves its purpose. What do you have going on today, man? Anything fun besides watching me? Because that's fun. At least I hope so. Now we're going to go ahead and we are not going to put it back together just yet. We are actually going to remove the gaskets carefully. These tadpole gaskets, they're the same ones that are used in the Rainy 75. Almost exactly. I got replacement gaskets from Wobkey for the gaskets that came with it because they like to bounce. You drop them, they bounce, they are gone. Gone pecan. I lost like 3 of them in like the first week in rebuilding the keyboard. Asked them for more gaskets. They sent them. So good on Wobkey for that. Definitely. And unfortunately, it would have been nice had they included some with it. But they did not. We're going to move these over with the rest of them. Move you off to the side. Move my glasses off to the off side. Move the screws. There you are. Let's get you just to be safe. I said, let's get you out just to be safe. There you go. So 14 gaskets. We're probably gonna leave the 2 off and see how that is. But let's go ahead and we're gonna pull this bad boy apart. Try some different switches in it. What do you think? Should we put different stabilizers in it? The stabilizers were fine. I mean, they're plate mount. If you have any problems with them, they're so easy to remove. We'll take a look here in a second and see if there is foam and how it is in there. Yes, so there is a foam insert here. If you need to tune your spacebar stabilizer, this piece comes out. I actually I met them on one of the other Discords, a keyboard Discord, and I just asked him. I said, "Hey man, I'm doing my Twitch stream, and I would love to review your keyboard, the Inky75." And he said, "Sure." He asked me if I would take a used unit, and I said, "Of course," because he's doing me a solid and let me show off his keyboard, because I love showing off keyboards. But I got a new unit because it was basically wrapped from factory. There's nothing used about what I received, which is awesome. Yeah, so he sent it to me. I don't know that if I need to send it back or not. Either way, it's totally cool. I don't mind. If he tells me I can keep it, I will likely do it as a giveaway. If he's agreeable to that. To help promote the channel now that I have my affiliate status. Woo! Which means that I can now accept subs, which is cool. So, sub away, everybody. I don't know. Should I be doing a subathon? I don't. Nah. It's a little early for that, I think. Being my first Twitch stream as an affiliate. But yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it was the last stream. Last Sunday was the last thing that I needed, which was to get so many streams in a specific month. I don't know how to maintain it. I don't know if I'll lose it next month if I don't do more keyboard videos. But for now, we're going to enjoy it. So like I said, I mean, not only is this a polypropylene plate, it's a polypropylene plate with flex cuts in it. So when I go to pull the keycaps off, the switches are just coming right along with it. Like, woohoo, we're on, let's go, let's go. Man. The Good Place was such a good show. It is the funniest thing that, you know, The Good Place. I like that show so much, and yet I'm glad it ended, because it ended exactly where it needed to end. Like it was the fully cohesive story arc that the original Babylon 5 TV show was supposed to be. Oh, oops, backwards. I don't know if y'all knew that, but originally Babylon 5 was supposed to last 5 years. J. Michael Straczynski had written a complete story arc that was going to last 5 seasons. Obviously, things went a little bit askew. But although I kind of lost touch with it about the end of season 2. I just kept going back to it periodically. A lot of things going on at that point in my life. It was weird. Alright, so yeah. I would say probably about 70% of the switches came out already. Makes this easier. So the switches that I'm planning on putting in it, at least to start, and I'm going to kind of go with a mix and match theory, unless anybody in the chat decides they would like to say otherwise. And I was going to do Y3 switches with GMK keycaps. So the foam combined with Y3 switches combined with GMK keycaps should give us kind of somewhere in the middle. But let's take a look at that foam. Now that we've got all the switches out, we can take a look. This is our polypropylene plate, as I said. I mean, my goodness, look at that thing. It's just flexy as all get out. Here's our pour-on foam plate foam, and the secondary piece that goes with the spacebar. Then we have our PE sheet. Which, you know, I love to see. And then we have our PET sheet. So each one of these does a different thing. The PET sheet, it reflects back certain mid-range sounds. Obviously, it's also going to baffle this the flex cuts somewhat, which you can fix or remove depending on how you feel. The PE sheet kind of dampens the sound a little bit. The pour-on foam plate foam, or the pour-on plate foam, I should say, baffles sound going out the sides to make it a little bit quieter. And then finally, your plate. So different plate materials have different sound qualities to them. Usually the plastic plates are going to be your deeper plates. And your hard metal plates are going to be your clackier plates. with the exception of, oh, by the way, the Y3 switches, when we put these in here, it is going to absolutely murder our RGB, even though there is a hole for the light to come up without a light spreader up here. Basically, and there's no notch here except for this part, and it's the fact that it is black, and black does not reflect light very well. Funny story. So yeah, it is going to kill the RGB. Now, since it does have PCB mount stabilizer ability, and because the gaskets fit on the PCB, you could run this plateless if you wanted. Obviously, there is inherent flaws if you try to run plateless with hot swap, in that one of the things a positioning plate does is positions it in relation to the to each other, so they don't move laterally, and without anything there to perform that function, they will sort of do their own thing. So as I always do, I start with my corners to position my positioning plate properly. Then I generally do my stabilized switches. You are not a Y3 switch. What are you? You're a JWIC. Where did you... I don't even own those. It just means it came in with one of the mini Advent calendars that I get around Christmas time from Switch Oddities. Go check them out. They're awesome. If you have never been to Switch Oddities, it's a place where you can go and buy single switches from around the world and take a look at them and decide whether or not they're for you, if you have the ability to get them, or if you are just curious. They also have some that are like rarities. You know, like switches that never made it to full production, or proofing models, things like that. They occasionally have just a lot of different types of switches, and you can buy them, and you buy them individually from him or her, because I think that it's a multi-coastal operation, and I think that they are whatever genders they want to be. I don't care. They do them. YOLO! I know, that's not what that means. I am told frequently when I do that, which I do just for fun. Hey, is the music coming through? When you're putting in switches, you can feel it if it doesn't seem like it's going in right. And then just check it, just to make sure you're not pushing in bent pins. if you do end up pushing in bent pins, you can mess up your hot swap sockets, because what happens is the pin themselves, if they angle this way too far, when they go in, they could go in behind. Basically, what is inside a hot swap socket are two other basically bent pins that do like this, and then it's supposed to go in between them so it pushes against it. But if you have it bent, then it can go in here, and what will happen is that when you force it down, it does that. This is bad. Yeah, so basically it doesn't break it, at least not immediately. It can, but obviously it's no longer pushing against it. One of the ones is down here, so it's not making proper contact. If it's too far, if this pin is too far to this side and one that's bent, it's not going to make any contact and your switches just won't work. You can deal with that by simply, by that point, you would bend the pin a little bit, just a little, to make contact with the wire that is still in place. This is one of the hazards when you change your switches in keyboards multiple times a day. When we take a look a little bit later at the Keycult, oh my goodness, I have gone through, gosh, probably 15 to 20 builds on that keyboard since I've had it, which has been about a month, trying to find the right combination of keycaps and switches to go not only look good, work cohesively, but also sound good and make me want to type on it, and not like in a lot of cases where it's just so clacky. I'm just like, ew, I don't like it. I ended up putting foam in it. I ended up taking the foam out. I ended up putting more other foam in. I ended up trying different types. Right now it's all foamed up, and we'll look at it. But it has case foam, plate foam, and a PE sheet. I did not put a PET sheet in it because I don't want it to reflect any extra sound, because part of the problem is that I'm getting reflected sounds that I don't want. And yeah, so, but we'll take a look at that. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So working with this PP plate is not as bad as having worked with some of the other plates, like the High 75 plate, for instance, which has the vertical cuts as well as the horizontal cuts. So they are really a struggle to get it to bite at all onto the switches, and you really need it to do that so that the switches stay in place, i.e. you're not walking along with your keyboard and then switch and keycap fall out. I've actually had that happen with not with switches but with keycaps. Those Muche Studio MM switches, the mix match, I had gotten some of those, and they sound awesome, but they oh, hey look, another different switch. What the hell are you now? Come on. Hey, look, you're bent too. I'll have to fix you later. You are. You're a Cherry MX Black. I do have some of those, so at least it's a thing I own. I have I've looked at it. Actually, you can. So since these keyboards, and let me see. I want to see the magic word on this keyboard, which is. Do you have the magic word? Oh, don't tell me this isn't. No. Okay, good. Yes. There are JSON files. So, a lot of keyboards, including this one, have JSON files that allow you to go into the software VIA, and you can remap the keys. And if you get a set of flat profile keycaps, you can then remap this into a Dvorak or that other profile, and you can just make this into a Dvorak keyboard for yourself, if that is your jam. Like if you use the PBS, there's a great example. The PBS keycaps, the only keys that are not the same are your bottom row keycaps, your spacebar and control and your arrows. They're convex instead of concave. Convex, yes, convex, concave. The rest of the keys are concave, so they scoop, except for the bottom row, which has a bump. And so you can actually use them in any order. We can try, depending on whether or not I can get the backspace to work on here. Oh, that's awesome. So funny story. My cousin-in-law, who will remain nameless, he worked for Oric, the vacuum cleaner people. And he worked the night shift, and his job was to process the day's orders for errors. You know, like when people are putting in orders, are they putting in the right state code and stuff like this? Is back in like 95, 96. So, you know, the olden days. And so his job, he would work overnight to process these orders, and I don't like it. And so he taught himself programming and then wrote a script that looks for the errors and then provides him a list for him to review. So his job, which used to take well, I mean, like keyboard JSON files are pretty simplistic. Even I can read them, and I'm not a coder. At least to some degree. I've been able to figure them out. See, this is one of my problem with these dumbbells, is that they go in, they do not want to stay in because they are so rubbery. But I mean, I guess I only read them at a basic level. I don't have any coding knowledge like you or Jignade or any of those people. You people. I can edit scripts. That's what I do. I find a script that I need and I go, it's a mighty nice script you got there. Be a shame if somebody were to take that and use it for nefarious purposes. And then I do that. I use it for nefarious purposes. Not to be confused with nefarious porpoises. Alright, so I'm leaving out the spacebar gaskets this time. So there's 2 at the bottom that are missing. That is by my design. We're going to move this over here so that we can then put this in. Then flip it up, because here comes the fun. Here comes the fun. Do 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 do. So the trick is getting this little ribbon back in here without damaging the ribbon or the socket. This is the reason why pogo connectors are my friend. Excuse me while you might have to look at my head. Alright, got it. Make sure that when you put it back down, you do not rub the gaskets against anything, because again, they will want to pop out. Now we're going to put our top back on, because this is not Keyboards Gone Wild. You may have to finagle it a little. There we go. And then let's screw her down. I said not. Keyboard's Gone Wild. Oh. I don't think I need to do a force break on it. It was pretty non-pingy. I guess we'll learn more once we put on keycaps. Hey, End of Greatness, do you want to see me convert this keyboard over to Dvorak today? Might take a little bit. It takes a little work. I don't know. All right. We'll try it. I'll need to run downstairs and grab my grab a keycap set. I'll grab those PBS and we'll try them in here. Or we could pull Bob off of the Zoom75. I'll still need to go downstairs, but at least, well, no. I want it to look proper, because I might, depending, I probably won't leave it like this, because, again, if I'm allowed to keep it, I will ask him if I can do a giveaway. If not, I might keep it as a Dvorak keyboard. tried taking it to work and type in Dvorak. If I send it back, obviously everything goes back to the way it was. But first, well, no, let's just go straight for the Dvorak. I'm gonna put you on hold for a sec. I'm gonna run, grab those. I'll be right back. No. Grabbing into the keycap set. We're gonna try to first that keyboard. Okay. Now, this is the MV Classic by Canon Keys. This is the brand new PBS profile. There has been a flaw with the PBS profile in that the 2U keys are not quite right, and so they have occasional problems returning. So like when you push them down, they don't come back up. They are aware of the problem. They're manufacturing using new molds the proper keys. However, it's not so bad that it just was discovered during Q&A, so it's possible for us to drop this on here, which I'm going to drop it on here first. And it works just fine. No, it works mostly fine. All right, so now I need a Dvorak keyboard layout. We're also going to need the JSON file. Pretty cool. Inky75 you can use via USB or 2.4 gigahertz. Oh hey, I have no way to type in the words Dvorak keyboard layout. Oh. This is the Ola. Everybody say Ola to the Ola. Do not lose any of those matcha switches. Okay, so let's take a look here. It doesn't work with everything. It has to be for VIA to be able to recognize it, it needs to be seen by VIA, which means it needs to advertise itself. Not all keyboards will advertise on 2.4, and none that I've seen advertise on Bluetooth. So while this is try mode, you can only make modifications on 2.4 or USB. on a lot of keyboards, you can only make modifications on USB. But in this case, so we are looking for our starting keys. Let's go, hold off on you guys. Let's go to the alphas. So we can put them on there in the proper order, which definitely looks all messed up. In the right way. So the numbers are pretty much the same until we get to the end of the row. I mean, I think this is going to be fun. It's going to be such a good sounding keyboard, at least, even if I can't type on it because it's Dvorak. So at the end of the top row, instead of your dash and plus, you get your brackets, then tab, then U, then U. So weird. All right. We are going to go with scoops instead of bars for the F and J. Give me a sec. If anybody doesn't know the difference between a scoop and a bar for the F and the J. So the standard F and J that I use, there is a little raised bar at the bottom. That lets you know that you're on your home row. I like the bars for no reason except for I like them. Scoops, it performs the same function, but only in that it's usually just scooped a little bit more. And in this case, they are not. So that's fun because that makes it even better. Let me go ahead. Let's do a window capture. Oh, it's already done. Just gotta show it. Here's what we're doing, in case anybody needs to know, wants to know, gots to know. I assume this is correct. I do not know. I could have just searched and found some crazy person's idea of what a Dvorak key is supposed to look, or keyboard is supposed to look like. Then question mark, plus minus, and we have our first row. Love that sound. That is such a creamy poppy sound. And our next row, A, O, E, U, I. All your vowels together. It's so novel. H, T, N, S, U, Okay. Let's grab our function row. Is not going to change. Nor will our escape when we get there. Everything else is pretty much exactly the same, which is good for this build. Ooh. That's nice. Okay. Oh, wrong side. Okay. Yeah. Okay, now let's take a look here. Let's jump over to our Inky page, because I, to be honest, kind of forgot. So their default configuration has delete here, home, end, page up, page down. And we're not going to mess with that. I think we're messing with enough. TBH. Okay, what else do I want or need here? I think that's it from here. Put you back on, move you off to the side. The modern key design was designed to be as inefficient as possible. What was happening was, in the ancient days of typewriters, as you could see, the typewriter would bang, and so you had multiple that could bang. And what was happening is that the typists were getting so fast that they were hitting the they were binding up their typewriters all the time. So this person, I forget who it was, redesigned the keyboard layout so as to make it more inefficient, so that they were binding less. And then it stuck because, similar to the idea of why all graphic designers use Macs, it is what they're taught in school, and therefore it is what they know. And so they go with it. And that is also the reason why graphic designers use Macs. Because at one point, Apple, in their infinite wisdom, went to schools and said, hey, we're going to give you a bunch of Macs for your graphic design departments. And they were like, oh, awesome, thank you. And so everybody was being taught on Macs. So when they got out of school, what were they going to buy? they're going to buy Macs. So I'm missing. There is a caps lock here. Oh, there it is. That didn't go on there, right? Let's fix that. Which I can do right now. How do you open it? Fun story. And so John Dvorak was like, well, forget this. This should all be done smart. And so he invented the Dvorak layout keyboard. And everybody's like, well, I don't know this, so I don't want to do it. And so they never did. And so coders, mostly coders, use it. People who are obsessed with efficiency will learn it because it's more efficient. Is this my spacebar? Yes. Okay. Okay, so this is the keyboard. This is a keyboard in a Dvorak layout. It does not come in a Dvorak layout. There's no physical switch for Windows to Mac, so it doesn't have that either. But we'll take a look and see what it does have. In the meanwhile, let's go ahead. We're going to plug it back in. And then I'm going to show you how easy it is. Whether you consider it to be easy or not is a judgment call. But we have our JSON file right here. We're going to go over here. Now I've got to remember where V is. Oh, you're not in all the way? Where are you? Oh man, don't tell me. Oh, gosh. That ribbon cable wasn't in all the way. Oh, no, it's in... There we go. Sorry, it wasn't all the way. I had accidentally switched it over to 2.4. But I don't have the 2.4 toggles right there. So, I've got to remember where V is. There's V. So we're going to go there. This is Via, for those of you who have not encountered it before. Hey, C Travis 13, what's going on, man? We have our Inky75. When we initially connect it, you're going to see it is going to connect. Look at that. It's already programmed in. It thinks it's a rainy 75. That's funny. We are actually going to go and change that because that is bad. So we're going to pull our rainy 75. We're going to load new definitions. Okay. Looks exactly the same because it pretty much is. I'm guessing that they probably get their PCBs from the same place. So this is the initial layout. I'm going to pull the Dvorak window away and make sure that, yes, we're still on Via so that I can see both. We're going to go back here. I'm going to shrink down my little image. I'm going to shrink. Learning a 40% ortho. I don't have a 40% ortho. I do have a 50%. Well, you can't really see it right now. I do have a 50% Win Studios Ola though, so it's like a 40% with a numpad. but it's not ortho. I don't know that I want ortho. 40%, yes. If you look at, and I'll bring this here. Actually, let's go ahead and drag you up here. Pin you to the corner. If you see, it's missing some keys, and you get to them through function layers. In this particular case, I don't have a function key for here, so I have the shift here, but it acts as a function. I have another function here that I can operate either with left or right hands. So, like, if I want a period, I have to hit this and this, or this and this, because that's where my period is. And if I hit shift here, then I will get, instead of the period, I'll get the backslash. No, forward slash. Something. Anyway, I'm not very good at it. I'm learning it as well. But let's take a look at the getting this set up for Dvorak and then seeing if I can type on it. Okay, as we said, numbers are the same until we get here, so we're going to start there. We're going to put a bracket. That is the same. Come over here. And that is different. Okay. We've got P, Y, F. Plus minus. Okay. Caps lock. Hey, that starts with A. So we'll go over here. O, E, U, I, D. And this is all live. So as I'm making changes, it is changing the keyboard. So the keys I'm typing, the keys I'm putting in now, I can immediately type. Okay. So, we now have our Dvorak keyboard with our Dvorak configuration. So we can minimize you. Let's go back. So despite the fact that it shows up here as your standard key mapping, now if I type an H on my keyboard, it comes up as an H there, D comes up as D, so this is accurate, whereas this is not. I mean, everything just takes training. I mean, if you want to learn it, then it is going to be a lot easier. And of course, you know, I mean, as far as a Dvorak keyboard goes, you should be able to go to your home row and figure out where everything is a lot easier. Once you learn where something is, then it becomes easier for people who are not me, who can't seem to figure out where K went. What did I do? Oh, there's K. Right. And is not a touch typist. So, yeah. Where did comma go? Oh, comma's up there. So it'd be hey, comma, space, this space is DV O R K, and then period. I don't know where it is. It is. I'm the slowest typist in the entire world now, but it works. Let's just do what I know, which is going to be oh, let's stop the music for a sec, because I want y'all to hear this, because, you know, I may not be able to type on it, but oh, I accidentally hit a button. There we go. I just ordered a 7 key. It's 6 keys and an ISO inner macro pad for my girlfriend for that purpose, along with some other functions that she wants. But, I mean, ignore that. I could pin it. Anyway. Yeah, so this is the Inky75 laid out as Dvorak. And you'll notice that the RGB is still barely visible. Like, if you really want it, you can see that it has glow. And that is because of the Y3 switches that I put in it. They are not made to really work with RGB. They're more of an enthusiast key. So. What do y'all think of the keyboard, along with Dvorak and even the keycaps? Think it's cool? No, these are PBS. This is PBS MV Classic by Canon Keys. So it is a flat profile. And as I was saying, they're all concave, except for the bottom row, which is convex. The arrow keys actually come with a... the up arrow you can have as either concave or convex. It comes with both. Actually, in the original shipment, they just sent me 2 of the convex, the outward curving ones. And so before the day I received, or I was going to receive the keycaps, I received a notice that the concave up arrow was not going to be in there, and they had already shipped one off. So good on them for that. However, it was not enough for me to spend $80 on the Galaxy set. Maybe in the future. I was not in a position to do it this time. But I have the Classic, and then I have Bob. Black on black. Versions of these. So going back to VIA, I don't know if I want to leave this in a Dvorak keyboard. I will for now. I will for now. Oh well. He'll keep calling. He'll keep calling. I'll go. I'll go. I'll go. Sorry. Ferris Bueller reference. We're going to set that up there. We're going to make our little VIA window go away for now. And then we'll move on to our next keyboard that we're going to be taking a look at today. And that is, this is a keyboard we built out on a different stream. This is the Keycult Zero. And I have, like I was saying in the very beginning of the stream when absolutely no one was here or listening, it has been a struggle for me to get this keyboard to the place to where I really want to type on it. The keyboard wants to be clacky. It just does. And that makes sense for being a Keycult keyboard. It's made for that level, that kind of enthusiast. You know who you are. And so I've been trying to tone it down. So I have used different switches. I've used different keycaps. I've put in foams. Right now it has all of the above, combined with the fact that I have the silicone bottom on this bad boy. So right now I have a pour-on sheet on the base inside the case. Then I have a PE sheet as well as pour-on plate foam and a PC plate. I am currently using TTC Gold Red Pro switches. So these bad boys here, which at one point I got in a mystery box, and I love these switches so much that I was looking for more and I couldn't find them. I ended up buying them from Mercari from some dude getting rid of them, or person, who knows. And then now you can just find them everywhere, and I'm like, oh man. And of course now I don't really want them as much, but they do definitely work. They are interesting because they're kind of an old school switch. They are a 3-pin instead of a 5-pin. So if you have one of those older keyboards that does not have the two guide plastic holes in it, then and you don't like editing your switches, then that would be for you. Hey Simbi, good to see you, man. These are the TTC Gold Red Pro switches. Yes, that's pretty much where I'm at. I like a muted, deep sounding keyboard. And that is kind of where we are now. I'm going to do a quick sound test. So this is where I've got it. I think this is where I'm going to keep it. Yeah, no, I know who you are. The helping you trying to decide between the Inky and the bridge. That's cool. And you went with the Inky, which is this, which I currently have built with Y3 switches, PBS profile keycaps, and we have just converted it over to a Dvorak profile layout of keys, which is why all the keys are in a different order. The popcorn popping, actually it's funny, this keyboard, that's what it was originally. It was poppier. A lot of my keyboards remind me of pool balls hitting together somewhat mutedly. And the next keyboard, or I should say keyboards, that we're going to take a look at are, I think, have mostly that sound profile to them. And that is the Tiga. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if I want to leave it in a Dvorak, everybody. Because I want to try it out some more before I finish the review. I think I'm going to pull off the PBS. Now, when you say Botanical 2, are you talking about actual GMK keycaps? Simbi? Simbi's over in the YouTube chat. Everybody ignore Mechanized Association 9 because he's stupid poo-poo head. I haven't figured out how to destroy bots yet. I will at some point. But it has only not really been that much of a problem yet. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So, we're going to go back to Via. And we're going to take a look here. Or we can nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. So, on this keyboard, if you see here, the reset button is mapped on MO1 on function layer 1 to the escape key. Check it here. That is, in fact, what we have here. So if I do this and hold it down, let's go ahead and refresh. See if this worked. We are now back to a QWERTY. Hey, Sadwitch, how's it going? So we just flipped this back to a QWERTY. You just missed it. This was set up for Dvorak. That's right, Dvorak. We are going to, I'm going to go ahead and put in some GMK. It is MV Classic, and on this keyboard, the backspace mostly works. We are still waiting for the new backspace to come in. For those of you who aren't familiar, the stem for the stabilizer position is a little off on these. The ancient enemy of Colmac. I like using the Mellatrix keycap puller on these keyboards because it rubs in like this against the side so they don't scratch. And especially is great, especially if I don't know if I'm going to be sending this keyboard back or giving this to one of you. Either way, I would like for you to get it without scratches on it. So Simbi, what we're going to do, yeah, the YouTube is delayed. This is the first time that I'm actually looking at the YouTube chat. So I am only just now seeing that. Hey Simbi, what color did you go with for the Inky? Simbi, who is on the YouTube chat, has just ordered himself this keyboard. He was trying to decide between this and the bridge. He decided to go with this one. The off-white. So, yeah, Botanical will work great on that. There are several keycap combinations, including this one, the MV Classic, that would look great on there. How are you doing today, Sadwitch? How's the weather? I see you survived the great torrent. Not that there was really any doubt, but okay. So, I wanted to do this to help Simbi a little bit because he is considering getting the switches that are in here right now. And then he was talking about getting GMK Botanical 2 for his keyboard. And so I thought it would be nice if I put a GMK set on here. Oh, all right, man. Have a good day at school. Enjoy. I hope you enjoy your keyboard when it does finally arrive. And you'll be able to take a look at this later, and you'll see how it sounds. Although the profile of the ZX is different than slightly from other things, because this R4 row, or actually I think it's an R5 row here, because it is taller than the rest, which is going to throw off my keycaps a little bit. I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll find out. We'll find out together, everyone. Either way, it's going to look fine. And it's going to sound fine. And you'll notice that as opposed to the original, anybody who was around for the beginning of the stream when I pulled off all the original switches, which are these up here in the corner, which are the their OEM matcha switches. When I was taking out the matcha switches, they were just pulling out left and right with the keycaps. This didn't do that, and that's a combination of the keycap releasing as well as the switches both grabbing into the case better, and it's sunny here. It's actually almost 60. It's about 56 degrees outside right now. It was a pleasant day. We went to Olive Garden because, you know, when you're there, you're family. Not sponsored, but if Olive Garden chose to sponsor me, I wouldn't say no. Oh, speaking of which, if anybody has joined and is interested in being my first sub, like subscription, just to be clear, I can now accept subscriptions. So there's that. At least I think I can. I'm not sure how that works, because I don't have any. But yeah, we went to Olive Garden today with a friend I've known since high school. Now, to give context, I'm in my 50s, so high school was a little bit ago. So everything but this shift is stock how it came with the Inky. The left shift had some ping. I pulled it, I changed it, or I lubed it, and I put it back. So it's still the original stabilizers, just lubed. So we have none of those right keys. All of those keys are going to be in the next layer, hopefully somewhere. The bottom layer is also a little different. Function. We need control. We need control. Now let's see what we can do about that sidebar. All right. No, we are good. Look at that. They included, not insert. We went home. We want delete. Then I need a... Nope, we are close to being good, but not good enough. Whoosh. Oh wait, nope, good. Alright, then we have page up. Look at that, like a glove. Shift there. Way to go on you, GMK and drop, including all the right keys for this keyboard. Good on ya. All right. So here we go. This is the ElecFox Inky75 keyboard. With the KeyGeek MZ Studio collab, Y3 switches, and the GMK ZX keycaps, which means that they're a double shot ABS keycap. This is only probably the third time they've been typed on, so they're brand new. Yes, Drop does have a custom 80 that matches it. I don't have the custom 80. I'm not too. I'm like I have a decent amount of TKL keyboards, but I'm not a big fan of TKL keyboards. And the replaceable tops on the custom 80, it's just kind of expensive for what you get. You're not getting. I don't think that the value is there. I think for the same amount of money, just get a black Neo 80, which is better. Coke Zero. All right. So this is the Inky. For those of you who did not see the side profile, there is a seam. The seam, it is a functional seam. It is a screwless keyboard. So when you unscrew the 6 screws underneath the 6 points under keys, this top part comes off. It is a dumbbell gasket mount, and you know, some people talk about having, you know, kind of a mirror base. This is literally a mirror. I mean, it's a piece of glass. There I am, with a backing on it. I mean, it's just they just put a mirror on the bottom. They're like calling it good. I like it. I think it's cool, but I mean, you could do your makeup in it. I mean, it's crystal clear, but it is, at the end of the day, just a mirror. Inside there is a 4,000 milliamp battery on one side, stainless steel weight on the other, or a steel weight on the other side. It has decent amount of flex. The keyboard, the PCB is flex cut. The PET sheet and PE foam is not, so that you it muffles that thinness a little bit from coming back through. The plate is polypropylene, so it's PP. And it is also flex cut, or relief cut, or however you want to say it. It has cuts in it, all over the place, horizontally, not vertically, which is better than, in my opinion, the high 75. Because if you're working on that, if you've worked on a high 75 before, with the per key cuts, that's a freaking nightmare. Trying to get the switches to catch. But yeah, that's this build. For our last keyboard we're going to look at today, and I'm going to set this off to the side somewhere because I got a bunch of keycaps and switches on my desk now. How about I trade? I'm going to trade. We're just going to take a quick look at the Tiga, just because I want to show off the Tiga. So this is the Tiga in grape. This keycap set came from, I want to say AliExpress, but now I'm second guessing myself. There is schmutz on her screen, which I'm not going to deal with now. The switches we have in it right now, but this is a die sub PBT set. Oh, these are purple Dianes. Forget who makes the purple Diane. I'll look it up in a second. Oh, it's B-Sun. It's a B-Sun purple Diane switches. This has a PC, a polycarbonate plate, as well as purple Diane switches. These are die sub PBT keycaps. You can see that that has gotten scuffed, but not actually scuffed. This is a magnetic badge that I will love to remove for you. Because, and we have this, we have not installed it yet. You can actually install a ledge here that lets you set things like just whatever. Or there's another ledge, which is the one we have, where you can actually put Legos. They have the dots for Legos or Schmegos or whatever kind you want to put on there. But yeah. And did I get that in all the way? Yes. Okay. Then you have these are changeable. We went with the purple and gold. It looks fantastic. Let's take a look at the bottom. You have zoom here. There are 3D STLs for this, so you can actually print out your own in whatever colors you want to go on the bottom. Then they're trying to encourage you to do your own thing with it. You've got a jog wheel over here, which does not push. There's another jog wheel on the numpad, which has the same motifs. And just zoom on the bottom. Also can get STLs for this if you're a 3D printer like we are. Looking at the side, it's got a pretty interesting little side profile. You've got the cherry lip in the front. Then you've got this notch. This is a ball catch keyboard. So with everything that entails as far as sound goes. Speaking of which, you have a V1 control. Oh, how do you like the V1 control? I got the drop enter and I hated it. And I sent it back. As a matter of fact, I forced them to take it back because it was garbage. Like, I've gotten e-waste keyboards that were better than the drop enter. So if you ever see a drop enter on like a super sale and you're like, ooh, cool. No, don't. It's not worth it. Just not worth it. Trust me. Anyway, let's do a quick sound test of the Zoom75 Tiga. Yeah, I mean, this is exactly the sound profile that she wanted. I mean, this thing has a heckin' lot of flex to it. So, I mean, I don't know if you can, I mean, you should be able to see that on screen. Like, as I'm typing on it, it was a little distracting because I look at the keys. I'm not a touch typist. And as I'm typing, it's moving the keycaps just below the top case, so it starts making it look like I was thinking like, oh, are the lights flickering? No, it's just it's hiding the light. It is the best looking Zoom keyboard. I agree. And when I was ordering my QK80, because my girlfriend and I, we decided that with a portion of my tax return, not small, with a portion of my tax return, that we were going to get ourselves each a new keyboard, and this was the one that she picked. I picked the QK80 since she needs a numpad and she wanted to go with a 75. That's one of the reasons why this is good, because it had the matching numpad that goes with it, which has the same switches. And it's a little bit higher pitch because it's a smaller housing, but I mean it sounds fantastic. I mean, we have these things all foamed up. Obviously, that's kind of both of our thing. We love foam. We love the deeper, the more muted sound, the marbly. We like linear switches though. So Holy Pandas are kind of out for us, but I was thinking about ordering some tactile switches. I almost answered that Siren Song Sadwich. You're building with a Numro. That's fun. That's right. I was thinking about getting a Duo still. So I'm thinking going split. You're going Numro. I mean, it might not be for you, but you know. All right, that's done. I mean, I'd like to. It's kind of on the pricey side. I would have to have a situation where I could afford it. Yeah, I mean, it's on the map. We'll just say that. It's on the map. That is a row stagger. It would take please get splits. Please get ZMK splits, to be specific. Let's make a concerted effort to bring ZMK even further into the mainstream than it already is. I do have a Photon that is on pre-order right now that should be in May. That we'll be taking a look at as soon as it comes in. Don't you worry. Oh, speaking of which, I got a notice that the Petrichor is going to be shipping soon. So that will hopefully show up in the next 2 weeks. So today we've gone over the Inky75, which is a lovely board. See, it's the only firmware she can handle coding in. And, you know, I mean, I don't know if that actually... I don't know how much coding you do, but I think it's great that there is an alternative, and I think that it is great that it is set up great for the. And I'm going to put these back and grab the Inky back. Steal my Inky back. Okay. Yeah. I've never really been able to do well. I did do more GitHub when I was setting up the Bakken Echo Go. Ooh, yay! My first sub. Look. You got a whole zombie thing up there. It looks like maybe overlapping zombies, so it's like a zombie horde. Yay! Apparently I have a goal of 10. I need 10 subscribers for something. I don't know what. Anyway, as you can see, the RGB, actually it's a little bit more obvious with the ZMK or the ZX keycaps. Because, again, this is the Y3 switches. You are Speckle. You're so Speckle. But yeah, Petrichor. I'm excited. I'm so excited for that to come in. For those of you who are not familiar with the Petrichor, let's go take a look. Oh, let's also put my music back on. So, this is the Petrichor. It is an FRL 1800, which means that it does have a num row, but it does not have a function row because you don't really need it. I am pretty sure that I got a WinKey. Yes. It comes in WinKey. I would have gotten it in WinKey. I definitely was getting WinKeys at that point. Thank you, sir. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it as always. Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your day. Yes, I do enjoy these keycaps, and I think they look great on this keyboard. I think they really work with the black. You can't really see it, but there is some little flecks of glitter, like super tiny little flecks of glitter in the black e-coat, which is what this is. This is an electrophoresis coat. All of the Inkies are e-coats. And when you think about it, if you think about, and this is funny, and Sadwich, you probably can back me up on this. If somebody had told you that you could get an e-coat keyboard, and I'm not just hawking this, it's just great for me to think about. An e-coat keyboard on sale for $69 with tri-mode, flex cut, hot swap, pre-built. So it came with these OEM matcha switches, which sounded pretty good. 1.3 mil double shot PBT keycaps with good legends. 69 bucks. It's crazy. And a mirror. And a mirror. Just, you know, in case you need to check out your hair. Not me, obviously, but someone. Check out their hair. Yeah, it's great. And oh yeah, and VIA, and it's VIA compatible, so no installing some creepy Chinese software like Malatrix. Well, actually Malatrix is moving away from that, but right. It's just crazy the deal that this thing is. It's normally 99 bucks, but even at $99, and once you start talking $99, that kind of opens up the space a little bit more, because then you have the Rainy, the ND75, Bridge 75. There's that space is the 75% space for the $100 price point is a little glutted, but I mean, man, this sale is crazy pants. But yeah, so Petrichor is coming. I'm excited. We're getting the Woad, which is the blue. Is it because they are doing their own fork of Via that they're on your naughty list, Sadwich? Ooh. They did. All of their colors were. I mean, it was another thing that made me love this keyboard. Like, I loved Verdant for green. I loved Onyx for black. I'm really hoping that the colorway is anywhere close to these images. Because if so, man, I am so excited. I mean, that color of green is also awesome looking, but... Oh, and it has USB 2.0 pass-through. Right? Like navy. Who cares about navy? But woad. Fool's gold. I can't even say this word. Rubetto. I don't even know what that is. Besides purple. It's purple. Dolce. Again, that's gray. But, you know. I assume if you put Dolce on Dolce, it would be good. But I guess hopefully somebody shows us that. I think that when I get it, I think we're going to go with this bottom row of keys. Because I got the window, the WinKey PCB. So, Control, Alt, Space, Function, Control. I could do Control, Alt, Space, Function, Windows. Ooh, maybe. The funny part is I'm not going to do anything else. Oh, except for step caps. I'm not going to split the left shift because I don't. And I don't split backspaces because I can't. Because I end up hitting either or, and it always messes me up. Oh, they don't do that anymore. They don't just supply the JSON files for Via. They now use their own web configurator, which is essentially just a fork of Via. So they don't even... I mean, I think you can still download JSONs for it, but yeah. Hold on. Hold the phone. Let's move you on. Let's take a look at something. So this is my QK80. QK80, say hi. Everybody say hi to the QK80. Yes. And I mean, it's not right for me to say that everybody else is doing it, so why can't we? I mean, it is the title of the Cranberries' first album, but it doesn't make it right. I'm just curious as to whether or not they actually have it here. Yeah. They don't even supply the JSONs anymore. Now it's just using their fork of Via. Now, it's nice because, you know, you can... No, I'm saying, I'm saying it's worse than if they were providing you JSON files, but not doing the sources. If they're violating the license for QMK already, this is in some ways even worse. It's still better than Chinese software, and I'm not going to be sorry about that. But at the same time, not providing the JSON file, because if they decide to close up shop tomorrow, I don't think that I can go here and get in. And without a JSON file, I'm screwed. I mean, I like it because they are able to add in all the functionality for their specific keyboard that is not available in Via. I'd have to write my own firmware, or I would have to have Pete write it in ZMK. I don't think he'd do it. But still, we'll just convert everything over to ZMK. But yeah, that's I want to say I would probably take him a little bit more than an hour, but I'm not saying he wouldn't be able to do it. Oh, hey, look, you sent me that. Oh, this is actually really interesting. Here, hold on. Let's go. Let's go skating. Yeah, this is actually interesting. The license violations for QMK. And everything, like pretty much every company is on this list. Pretty much most of them are this. Selling wired and tri-mode or tri-mode boards based on QMK without sources. This is interesting, though. I mean, I would expect nothing less from Royal Clutch. With a name like Royal Clutch, it has to be weird. You know, like a name like Smuckers, it has to be good. You know. I mean, can you really say that community-supported Zoom75 vendor was contacted by community members and refused to cooperate? I mean, they went under. Like, they're not making their keyboards that they sold to people, so I don't know why they would expect to get a response. Yeah, Kaiboom is basically EPO Maker. Ajaz is basically EPO Maker. Sea-Doo is basically EPO Maker. So they're all going to be on here. Yeah, I just want to note that ElecFox, bringing it back to the Inky75 that we're looking at today, is not on this list. Maybe not on this list yet. I don't know. But Attack Shark is on here, and they're relatively new. I don't know why the Better Business Bureau has their own keyboard, but they're in violation, so it seems like it shouldn't be. Womir, Wuche Studio is Melitrix, XVX, Yunzi, Zoya. Yeah, I mean, basically every major manufacturer of keyboard is on this list. And I guess to my own detriment, read the KP Republic. To my own detriment, as long as we keep supporting them, they'll keep doing it. Oh yeah, I heard about this, where they're putting variant PCBs into keyboards that they've had out for a while, and then it just gets bricked because they install firmwares that are not compatible. And then there's a couple of companies that release variant PCBs. But you know who is not on this list? Exactly. Keychron, not on the list. So they have either registered properly or done something, but they did not make the list. Keychron, no Ks. Well, 2 Ks, none of them Keychron. That doesn't mean run out and buy a Keychron. Not that you shouldn't. I have several. But as a matter of fact, now that Monsgeek, which I assume will be also Akko to swiftly follow because their new switches are Wooting compatible. So Akko, and who is not on the list because they don't use VIA. They have their own web configurator that they're using now. But Monsgeek is not on the list. So they're registering properly. Hi, Aspen. You want treats? I mean, I have several Keychrons. They're not. I've had this discussion, and I brought this up in several Reddits, in that people are like, don't get a Keychron. I'm like, Keychrons are okay. They are the okayest dad. They get the job done. They are... Hey, look. Keychron. Let's talk about Keychron. I love the fact that we can talk about these things and I can just pull out one of those keyboards at any moment. At any possible moment. It's like pocket sand. Pocket keyboard. Okay. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the internet. I mean, this, ladies and gentlemen, is the Q5HE keyboard. Yeah, that's the biggest problem with Keychron, is that they make pretty good boards. People have complained about their ability to get service from them. However, when I received my Keychron V5 Max that I still use, it's one of the travel keyboards that I use occasionally when I want to travel with a numpad. It had a bad PCB. I had to jump through. As a matter of fact, it only had a bad PCB. Like, it worked for like a week, and then the PCB shorted, or something, stopped working. I contacted them. I jumped through the hoops, because every company are going to make you jump through hoops. They sent me a replacement, whole PCB, replaced the PCB. I mean, it was good service. I can't complain about the service. Now, I purchased from them their LSA keycaps, which apparently the undocumented version 2 of those keycaps, the stabilizer stems on the keycaps are shorter than the switch stem. So they fail to provide their one job. And if you hit it on the side, it would just come out. So I'm like, hey guys, is this broken? They're like, no, this is not broken. You bought it. It's not broken. Enjoy your life. And I'm like, well, that sucks. Because why would you make this? Why would you design it like this? It's stupid. And they're like, well, you know, it works on these specific keyboards that we make. And I'm like, okay. Now, it works on some other keyboards, keyboards with short stems and stuff, and it's a thing. I hate it. I don't want to sell it because I don't want somebody else to inherit my problem. But I don't use them because they're stupid. Anyway, that's my Keychron anger rant. However, their keyboards are sort of plain Jane. Nothing on the bottom. Just simple side profiles that you can't really see. There you go. Box on wedge with a little bit of an angle to it to make it a little bit interesting. It's been the same way since I've been doing keyboards. They haven't really changed their Q design or their V design, which is basically the same as their Q design, just made of plastic. Their Hall Effect keyboard is nice once you replace. So, funny story, right? So it comes with nebula switches. Nebula switches are Gateron GS32 or whatever it is. Do not come or have holes in the bottom. You can buy the Gateron Jade Mini E switches, which are based off of the same mold, and then stem swap so that you get the appropriate magnet into this keyboard. And if you do that, you end up with a solid decent sounding, somewhat clacky, but definitely in the HE space, this is 100% serviceable. And you get to reuse the stock switch. This is the Melitrix keycap puller. And this is the Melitrix switch puller, which has a little bear in it. This, like the song, is titanium. So, thank you for attending my TED Talk. Oh, and they have a knob. And they sell different knobs, but they don't sell different top cases. They used to have blue top cases. Their new Q line do not seem to want to do blue anymore, and I'm mad at them for it. Grr. I wonder. Ooh. I wonder, ooh. Can I use these keycaps? I mean, they're $18. Either through their website. Ooh. My Keychron Hall effect may have just become a flat profile keyboard. Well, I mean, that's the thing, is that they're woefully behind. They are... Oops. They're behind on pricing. They're behind... I mean, they have good quality, but, I mean, for the price of a Q series, specifically, if we're talking about a Q2 keyboard, right? If you want to buy a Q2 keyboard, don't. Go buy a Neo keyboard instead. Because you will get whatever color you want. You will get a copper weight. You will get hot swap or solder. You will get the plate of your choice. And you will still have enough money to get reasonably priced keycaps and reasonably priced switches for the same price, shipped. That, I mean, there is no... Oh, and tri-mode. You also still get tri-mode. It's just, it's a no-brainer. And it frankly, I mean, this is not bad quality. Don't get me wrong, not bad quality. The Neo quality is better. I would show it to you, except for right now I have it at work. Because I love that keyboard. Like, pretty much all of my QWERTY Keys keyboards are fantastic quality at prices way above their weight. I mean, it's true. Now, if you need to buy it on Amazon, you're not going to... Well, first of all, I don't think... I'm going to look. I'm not going to bring you guys along for the ride, but let's take a look. I need you... Yes, you can get a Q2 Pro, which has tri-mode. It comes in black, white, or silver. And it is $219, $220. You can get it in 2 days. And it does have a knob. Knobs could be important to but the switches you're going to get in it are going to be complete garbage. The keycap profile for the keycaps that come on it are going to either be are going to be KSA profile, which is not bad. It's not as bad as, actually, I don't know the answer to that question. Hold on, before I make that rather bold statement. Let's go to images. Gene, what's the rest of them? Okay. So we've got Cherry. Get rid of William, DS, SA, DCS, PK, Cat, leave OSA, MTNU. There's a lame profile of keycap. It's funny. You didn't even make the list. Apparently KSA is similar to MT3. So yeah, you don't want those. If you're a starting keyboard person, I mean, I like MT3. It's good, but for a person starting, interesting. That means it has a very tall front and back row for the KSA profile, which, looking at this picture, is accurate. I'm not showing it to you because I don't want you seeing my Amazon. You guys keep out. Gotta have boundaries. Unless you want to send me stuff, then we'll relax the boundaries a little bit. Yeah, but if you're a brand new to keyboards, like jumping right into MT3 or KSA can be a rough sell. Anyway, I'm just taking it all back to the fact that getting a Neo, you get to pick your switches. Like, even if you go with, I mean, again, Y3 switches. You can get Y3 switches right now on Unikeyboard. KeyGeek. I'm gonna say it's on sale right now for 21 cents a switch. Normally 23 cents a switch. So, I mean, you can fill out a gotta do maths. Not doing maths on my own. Really? You can get an entire keyboard's worth of Y3 switches for your new Neo 65 for $14.70 plus shipping. Right. And then if you go over to, I'm gonna do it. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's a good legit site for cheap keycaps. What do we think? It doesn't even need to be cheap. We can go drop. Let's do drop. Ooh, are these in stock? Oh. Hold the phone. These are in stock right now for $40. You can get them in black or blue. Blue is a gradient. I love these keycaps. This is a beautiful set of keycaps. If you are not familiar with the Starry Poems keycap set, I've been wanting a black set for a while now. We're gonna come back to you later, pal. No, last time I looked on here, they were ask us to add 'em type thing, you know, because it's a third-party sale thing. Anyway, so now you're $17.40 plus, we'll call it $7 shipping, then $40 plus another $10 shipping. So now we're at $71.70. So now let's jump over to QWERTY keys again. Now again, we don't like QWERTY keys all that much because of their VIA practices, their QMK practices. But let's go with the Neo 65. We are going to stick with this to go with, unless we wanted to go navy and go with the blue. I mean, I have that. It might even, no, it's not how it's built out right now. It was built out like this for a while, mine. But no, we'll go with black. We're going to go with the black brass weight, which is going to match that black and gold. We want tri-mode. We want carbon fiber. And I can tell you that that means it's going to be 114.99 plus $38. So all shipped, every component is $224.69. And you would have a, in my opinion, probably 5 times better keyboard. I don't know. What are your thoughts? I mean, in 65% space, I think you could get even cheaper if you went 60. Where's the core? Core. Black. They don't have a brass weight for the bottom, but there is a gold weight for the bottom, which does effectively the same thing. Tri-mode. We're going with carbon fiber plates because it's the most expensive plate. So it's the same price. It's the same price. But this, you also get, I think, pogo connectors. Now, this could change a little bit in the coming weeks. Obviously, May 2nd is looming on us, and this has got a 4-week lead time. Whereas Keychron, you can have it by Tuesday. through Amazon. So that's another factor to consider. So yeah. Again, my other TED Talk. Move that over there. And yeah, I mean, they're also gonna have to deal with, because I mean, all their parts are coming from China factories as well. So costs are going to change for Keychron as well as everyone else. There's no way that it would not be sustainable for Keychron not to change their prices. So they're just not talking about it yet. They're going to sneak it on you. He's just going to have them send everything. He's going to do it all by spaceship. He's just going to send it all on the penis craft from China directly to his warehouses and avoid importing altogether. It's like, what do you mean? You can't... It's not importing if it came from space. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody tried that. I wouldn't be surprised if... Yeah. Not even a little, actually. And I am all about it. I fully support buying anything from Prototypist. I don't know that I've ever actually bought anything. I did. I bought one thing from Prototypist so far. But very regarded in the community. Highly regarded in the community, I should say. And, I mean, while that doesn't necessarily mean anything these days, again, it's... I don't know these people personally, so it's always such a question of what's really going to happen. I like to think the best of people, but then I'm always reserved. 30% of his business. Well, I told you how Akko Monsgeek is getting around it, right? They just opened factories in the U.S. They're just going to make U.S. stuff here, which I think is great. I mean, the only problem is that, you know, I would assume that those prices are still going to go up because you have to pay American workers more than you have to pay workers from other countries. Certainly from Asia-based areas, because I mean, not the least factor of which is inflation, which is going even further up as we near our recession. Where are you at, Inner? Here. While we're talking, I might as well do this, since this is cool. I mean, I would certainly say so. If you assemble it. I mean, what is an assembly line? It is exactly what you take parts, you put them together. It's an assembly line. Kind of excited about this. I'm gonna play me up some Rust and or Dragon Age tonight on these guys. On this guy. Oh, I gotta remember. I think it's that. Nope. That. Let's look at that. You are not the right key. Flat profiles are so hard. I don't like it. I mean, I would say, I mean, who knows? RTY. If I get a duo, what keycaps? That's a good question. I mean, I would have to get a 40s keycap set, right? You can't use standard. Can you use standard on a staggered? Yeah. I mean, if I can use a standard profile, I would get Lilac Dream Osume Marshmallow. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. On the gray. Lilac Dreams Marshmallow on the gray. Boom. I think it would be fire. Fire. It's got a full bar set. That is one of the good things about Osume keycaps, at least the later generation ones, is that they all had much better kitting. Like my Tsukimi and even new Tsukimi sets, the ones that are, I mean, they're being phased out, but even the new ones, they lack, they even lack step caps. It's weird. It's like basically having a glorious keycap set. Alright, it's not that bad, but not much is. As much as I like the build of glorious keycap sets, their kitting is garbage. I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't have it open. Actually, I can have it open. No, I can't, because I'm building a keyboard. What? What did I do? I will insult Osume all day. No, I probably won't. Aspen says hi.
Hi.
That's Sad Witch's cat. Said hi to both of us. I have finished messing with your keyboards.
Okay.
In case there was a question.
I'm just gonna go downstairs and have to
Okay. Be down. We're gonna finish building out this keyboard. We'll do a quick sound test, and then I think I'm gonna wrap it up and go have my own dinner. Dinner tonight is, of course, leftover Olive Garden. Because that's why you get Olive Garden. Yeah, that is correct. I'll check it. Oh, any standard set with a split? Oh, so, I mean, I could use WinMix keycaps on it. That would work. I mean, I've got tons of good sets for that now, if that's the case. KFA PBT white on navy. So good. Oh, yes, the Zero. All right, I will do that right after this. We'll finish up this. And then I will do that before I go. All right. Nope. You are right here. You are right there. Okay. That's right. I keep all my plastic. If you ever buy anything from me, you will get everything possibly it had come with originally, if I can do that. I've started trying to keep everything labeled well. Yep, that's right. That's right. Yes. Okay, cool. Control. Function. They give us a concave function as well, which is good for keyboards where the function button is on this row. Anything? Oh, F13. All right. One Keychron Q5HE with Canon keys, PBS MV Classic on it. Let's do a quick sound test. Wait, let's stop the music before we do that. Come here. Actually, we're just going. I can't do anything because it's not plugged in. I'm stupid. Don't go nowhere. All right. All right, let's go ahead and do this. I'm doing it in the wrong place. Let's do it here. So the spacebar, not my favorite thing, but I could probably do something with it. We'll see. But overall, especially for a Hall effect keyboard, I think that it's really nice. But let's go ahead and take a look at that Keycult Zero. Okay. So, the Keycult Zero. The switches we have in it are the TTC Gold Red Pro switches. And I guess I didn't really need to plug it in, but I did. And it has, these are die-sub clones of Terror Below on top. Because die-sub better, but also because I got these before I knew that there was actually Terror. Actually, it was before there was a Terror Below. It was after it was announced, but before it came out. But anyway. Let's see it. It is. It's really close to the creamy sound profile that I really enjoy. There's still a little something, but I think that it is certainly close enough to the sound signature that I really like. That I think, at least for now, I'm done, which is good because I have rebuilt this keyboard. I would darn near say about 20 times since I've owned it. And I've only owned it for like a month. Right now there is, yeah, exactly. There's not really, I'm fighting against its base nature, and that is what, and that's basically what I'm doing, and basically I think I've succeeded, for the most part, in achieving it. I think I've got it to a place to where, it's got enough deep sound, and I think that oh, is Simbi back? Oh, hey, look, there's a whole bunch of Simbi posts over here. Oh, I have to be over on my YouTube, and I had buried it. I'm sorry about that. I can see your chat now. If you are back, I will actually do that now real quick. Hold on. We'll do one more. I'm about to go eat dinner, but I will put this one away, and we'll go grab that Inky, which currently has the Y3 and GMK keycaps on it. So, yeah, I'm over on, I had been streaming primarily over on Twitch, and I've only just recently added YouTube streaming as an option, and this is the first time that I had added the chat. So I'm kind of a noob. Is that even a thing anymore? Do people still say noob? I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, we'll do one more sound test. There we go. It's no big deal. Again, I want to try to improve on my total streaming experience. Well, actually, I will. Okay, yeah. So here is the keyboard with Y3 switches, which are on sale, by the way, on Unikeys right now, by the way, Zimby, for $2.10 a switch, or per pack of 10, so 21 cents a switch. It's a great deal. This is GMK ZX, which is a drop GMK collab. On the black, and all foams. Comes with the PP plate, so that's what's in here. Gasket mounted. Let's do a quick sound test. And there you go. That is the keyboard. I think that it came out really nice. Again, for anybody who's watching it who might be considering this, it is on sale right now through their website for $69, and the Y3 switches are on sale through Unikeys right now. I have an affiliate link that I can provide, actually, for that. If you're thinking about getting them, let's go to... You just finished driving an hour. I'm just wrapping up the stream now. Wow, still not home. Wow, man. That's rough. Especially on a Sunday. I just posted my Unikeys affiliate link in the chat if anybody's interested in the Y3 switches. It doesn't give you anything. It gives me something, which is like a 7% kickback. Yes, and you should order them soon if you're going to order them. I think Symbi's in Australia, Sadwich, so they don't have those problems. They have their own problems, but not those. Yeah, so this is the plastic bits. This is the Inky. I've got Keygeek Y3s in it, and the obviously the GMK ZX keycaps on it. So that's it. I think I'm going to wrap it up and go have some dinner because I'm hungry. And I appreciate everybody being here. Let's see if there's somebody I can raid. Okay. Let's see. We have 3D printing. Oh. There we go. Here we go. Looks like Logan Choi. Korean English. Oh, that's good. Let's do it. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I appreciate it. Everybody have a great rest of your weekend, great next week, and I will be streaming next Sunday at 3 p.m. again. We'll be doing the Cat Universe keyboard. It's a 65% all aluminum keyboard that I got off of AliExpress that has an awesome motif. Till next time, I appreciate you all, and have a great one. Bye.
I've never seen that before. So I guess I have to collaborate. And that's not much. Thank you for the raid, the Adept 024. Old words for someone who's taken the past 15 minutes to print 20 keys. Dude, I am gonna actually ban you for giving me these caps for to our new friends, welcome to the stream. I am Logan. This is the F-169. That's a JJW moment. We're building this F-169 for Cheesington over there. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I stream every Sunday. Come by. I normally stream every Sunday. I haven't been the most consistent lately because my schedule is getting a little busier with finals coming up. good content, guys, me trying to read Japanese